Hi everyone, welcome back to Muscular Development. You're watching the Buff Bombshell show. My name is Lauren Lotte and I'm with Emma Hyndman, aka the Posing Pro. Woo!
Yes, we have that timed perfectly now. How are you today, Lauren?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Emma?
I am very, very well. I'm so excited to be back in the studio. We've not been in for a little while, have we?
No.
Like, what's it been, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, we were busy.
Busy. What have you been up to?
Well, lots of buff stuff.
Yes.
And then it's just hard to, because there's like lots of little bits now.
Yes.
I'm just trying to fix. And then there was Olympia All-Star Tour.
Oh,
which I always work on now. So this is all good.
I imagine things are starting to sell out with that. Tickets are going.
Tickets are going, but yes, we're pushing them now. So
yeah,
it's all good.
Absolutely. So if you don't already know, where have you been? Lauren and Giles and Muscular Development and the Buff Bombshell show are bringing over Ashley Kaltwasser. She will be stopping off at somewhere before she comes here. Is that common knowledge what she's doing?
Yes, because she has announced that she will be competing in Romania.
Well, she's just going to wipe the floor there, isn't she?
I know.
Totally.
I think she'll look to win these ones as well. So I'm very excited to see if it's going to be over 30 wins.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
I know. Fantastic.
Wow.
So she'll do the Romania show and then she will touch down here. Does she fly into Leeds or?
Yes.
Well, okay.
I'm going to sort that.
Okay.
This week.
Is that another thing to do on your list?
Yes. So yeah, she touches down here and then she will be, the first place that she'll go to is Strength Pro Gym in Leeds, which is Emma's gym, you guys, if you didn't know.
So not only do you get to, meet Ashley, but you also get to meet me and come to my gym.
Yes.
What? That was a win-win situation.
Maybe get there earlier and train.
Well, that as well. Yeah. I'm going to make sure there is plenty of Defined donuts.
Thank you.
So we'll make sure they're there. And as you, I think you've mentioned before, you're going to offer a few giveaways. Yes. So we'll make sure there's plenty of prizes for everyone. How much are tickets?
Tickets are $42.50.
Oh my God, that is such
for Ashley Kaltwasser,
such a bargain. Like, oh gosh, I'm surprised there's any left, to be honest. So make sure you head over to the Buff Bombshell website. There is a tab at the top and it will give you all of the options and locations. You've got the 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th in the UK. And that will be Strength Pro and then moving on to Strength Asylum, Ultimate Fitness in Birmingham and then Crayford Weights down in London. So they're really covering all bases, so there's not an excuse. And I mean, why wouldn't you want to meet Ashley in person? Speak to her, find out what she does in the gym. I think it's so inspirational to meet athletes that are of her caliber.
She's at the top of her game.
She is at the top. And at the moment it's like Ashley and Laura Lee are battling it out. It's like, who's going to get that top spot? So I'm super excited to have, and she's so bubbly as well, isn't she? She's so bubbly. So we're super excited to have her here. So as I said, ending with Crayford Weights here in the UK. And then you guys are heading over to Spain for the 24th of November. So make sure you purchase your tickets. Once they're gone because there is a limited amount available, right?
Yes, limited in each gym. And some of the gyms are actually selling out really fast. So once they're gone at certain gyms and you'll only be able to go to other venues. But we are planning on doing things or at least giving out a little goodie bag for every woman that comes or every guy that comes. You can give that goodie bag to your sister or mother or, person.
It's not limited to just girls. Guys, if you want to come and meet Ashley, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. Coaches, come along, please.
I think that as well, because I think she'll have a lot of insight and information to give, on training, protocols for prep and off season. And so I think it'll just be really useful for a lot of people, whether you're a coach, you're an athlete, you're an aspiring athlete, you're trying to get your pro card. I just think it's an excellent opportunity. So well done, guys, for bringing her over.
Thank you. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've just been, just grafting away. The gym is busy because we're at the moment putting a new door system in. So that's been super busy. I've just been working in the studio, on the website. Nothing major to report. I'm kind of starting to set my my big events for 2022 now, just to give people plenty of notice. Doing quite a lot of offers on a big group posing event, which is on the 20th of February, which is for, at the moment, for Bikini, but I'm going to run a one for figure on the same day as well.
Perfect.
And then a few weeks later, I'm going to do the first stage coaching workshop of the year. I'm only going to run 2 in next year.
Oh wow, so that's really limited.
Yeah,
I
did 3, which has been really great for the athletes, but the event is it's quite a big event. So I just thought, right, next year, 1 at the beginning of the season, and then 1 midway through the year for the second part of the competitive season. So if people want to purchase both of those events, then there is an offer on there of 20% off. Awesome. And there's and at the moment as well, there is early bird offers for the first 10 sign-ups. So I'm just kind of like planning ahead.
No, you have to.
Yes. Putting quite a bit of time into my YouTube channel, just getting plenty of content on there. So I've been doing lots of filming for that. So yes, busy. Yes. So today, what are we going to look at, Lauren?
So today we're looking at the Rising Phoenix, which is the Wings of Strength show that Alina Popa and Tim Gardner have created. So basically, just to give you some history and background over here, in 2014 they took away the Miss Olympia category at the Olympia, which is the women's bodybuilding. And so Wings of Strength was actually created in 2015 as a way to give ladies in bodybuilding another way to still compete, but they couldn't get to the Olympia. And as we all know, last year was the year that they brought it back, which was really amazing, pivotal, and they never should have taken it away. So bad Olympia for that. But I'm very happy to see that it's back now. And the Wings of Strength,
popular as well, isn't it?
Yes,
super popular.
Huge. And Wings of Strength has just been so great for the ladies to give them that platform in the years that it wasn't there. And the prize money has been over like $100,000. So they've really given back to a category that maybe didn't get the same kind of platform.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. So we are going to look at the figure category first of all. So this is from the Wings of Strength show. Super. So we've got a lineup of figure ladies on here, and we just really want to talk through the posing for you so you can, train your eye. So let's just give a little pause here.
Oh, they moved.
They did. They always do that. Every time I say pause, they move. So in this rear pose, it's really important that we make sure that we keep the glutes lifted the whole time. You should always feel like you've got a really good arch in the lower back. You're stretching through the hamstrings, because what we never want to see is soft glutes on stage in any category, because it's just not something that we should be showcasing. So it's super important that we stretch through the hamstrings in the rear pose. So this is from the lineup. So let's look at these side poses. Okay, so in the side pose, it's really important that we see the width of the top line, but we want to see this in all 4 of the quarter turns. Now, in the rear pose here, it's important that we have contacts. Just pause for me. So if we just look at the lady second from the end on the right, first of all, in fact, I'll start with the lady far right. Now, we can see here that there's a soft line underneath the glutes where we've paused the video. And that's simply because there's not enough arch through the lower back. So when you don't get that arch, sometimes if there's just a little bit of excess, sometimes it's body fat, sometimes it's skin, just sitting at the bottom crease of the glutes, we want to make sure that we just don't expose this. So you want to just have as much lift as possible. So feel like you almost are doing, I always explain it like a Romanian deadlift, so a stiff leg deadlift. Get that feeling of the stretch through the hamstrings, arch through the lower back to give a nice lifted glute. If you look down the line, you can see that the lady in the center with the green bikini on, she's arching in the lower back. She's got a stretch through the hamstrings, which actually showcases more hamstring to glute tie-in as well. So this is what we really, really want to see. So that's a fantastic example. The lady on the end that I was just talking about, if she just give a little flexion in the knee, stretch through through the hamstrings, arch through the lower back. It's going to give more lift through the glutes. She also could do with just opening up the lats through the upper body, which would give a wider top line. The lady second in, can you see, Lauren, that she's got a gap between the legs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also don't want this either, because I always try and explain the limbs are kind of like a frame around the center part of the body. And if we create too much space between the arms and the body and the legs connecting through the inside thighs, then it can make the frame look a little bit sparse and almost smaller, because you don't look as compact. So in this pose, because she's got too much flexion in the knees and not enough arch in the lower back. Yes, the arrow is fantastic. And not enough arch in the lower back. There's no connection through the inside thighs, which makes her look smaller on the lower half and not as dense. And also because there's no lift in there's no arch in the lower back. There's not that same hamstring to glute tie-in, and also not the same pop of the higher part of the glutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, we can just see that she is pulling the shoulder blades together slightly. Although she's got great density through the delts, we're losing a lot of taper just because she's just not flaring as wide as possible. Obviously, we're just critiquing the posing, so sometimes someone might not be as experienced as some of the other athletes, but this is why we want to point this out to you on the show, so you can really go away and apply this to your own posing practice, and just bring better presentation.
What advice would you give to somebody who is coming to you for posing? They say, like, I'm not sure how much space is going to be, because I feel like here, if I'm looking at all these ladies, there's not a lot of gap in between from them to be actually able to stretch out.
Yeah.
Like, what would you... And they have to stay on that line. What kind of advice would you give to
Yeah, they've got to stay on the line. Obviously, you can use your spatial awareness, and really the girls at either end of the stage should be using that full width of the stage that they've been told to. Really, with the lat spread, we don't want to take the arms too far away from the body anyway. So we should really master flaring the lats without using the arms to open up the lats. So it's nailing and identifying how do we flare the lats without taking the arms too far away. And that really in itself should stop someone from bashing arms with the person next to them. Because you can see the lady in the center, her arms aren't too far away from the body, but the lats are perfectly flared. Whereas the lady to her left in the red, her arms are a little bit wider, but she's actually not got as much flare through the lats or as much detail. Okay. So it's really, it's mastering the posing. To be honest, so the arms shouldn't be too wide.
Okay. So
yeah. So let's continue with these quarter turns. And as well, with this style of posing, we can pause there. For the IFBB, it's very specific. It's very streamlined, especially in the quarter turns. You really want to make sure that it's uniform. So make sure that you spend time watching the Pro League, so you can see how the girls move. Even in the transitions, you see that they move very, very similar. There's no glute shots. It's a small transition. Yeah, they're all just stepping. They tend to just pivot on the left foot all the way around on the figure transition. So you can add a little bit more flair and sass and individuality to your posing routine. That's when you can put extra kind of poses in, a little bit of a glute shot, or if you want to add a different pose in, a little bit more sass, we can do that. But in the quarter turns, we want to just keep it a little bit more uniformed and streamlined. So in this side pose, so the most common mistake that I tend to see in the side pose, Lauren, is that the girls pull so for this side, it would be the right arm. They pull the right arm or the elbow too far back or slightly behind them, and you kind of lose the front lat. So if we just look at, let me find a good example. So the lady far left, can you see that we've kind of lost the roundness of the front delt and the front lat?
Yes.
But if we look at the lady right next to her, actually, she's got quite a nice front lat spread. So you can see that her right lat is actually fully displayed, and we can see she's got a really nice roundness through the delt. And that's because she is flaring her lat forwards, and she's not allowing the right arm to pull behind or the elbow to pull behind and contract on the lat. So it's really important that we can see it gives her more taper through the waist. And the same with the lady that is in front of the lady with the green bikini. She's pulling that lat out nice and wide. It gives her a beautiful taper down through the waist. And because we've got the shoulder cap, it gives you an even stronger top line. So it's really important that we just consider these posing tools, because it can make a massive difference between, you know, where you're placing and how you fare compared to the lady stood next to you. So in this front pose, center looks fantastic. Fantastic condition through those quads, which is really something that I'm finding your top placings in the figure category. It's something we're seeing a lot, that overall condition, but still with plenty of bubble and pop through the top line. But then you can see the lady to her left. You can, when you start to watch these lineups, you can really train your eye on what the judges are looking for. So center, obviously beautifully conditioned through the front, really nice taper down through the waist, really well developed delts and lats. She's got a lovely overall X-frame there. She looks effortless. Whereas the lady to her left, and a lot of this is obviously to do with condition, but also it's posing as well and knowing how to engage and activate. But the lady to her right, we can see she's a lot softer. Yeah.
Very.
She's less developed, so she might be a new pro, and this is always something to consider when you're watching. But I think when you watch the lineup, it becomes quite apparent and clear what the criteria is and what we're trying to see. But center green bikini number 28, beautiful.
That is Nicole Zenobia Graham. She actually won this one.
Okay, yeah.
So definitely a beautiful physique here.
Lovely physique, really, really nice.
And she was third in the Olympia.
Okay.
So she's going back.
Yeah. She is going back. Fantastic. So yeah, lovely lineup. And as well, you've got to make sure that you're constantly presented when you're on stage. And I always say with the transitions for the figure division, they're not aggressive.
Okay.
You know, that they're not over flexing. When you look at other figure federations, it's a different kind of presentation for overall, but also in the transitions as well. They use the transitions to showcase more of their physique.
Like that side sort of item that they do.
That flex, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been watching Emma's videos.
Yeah. So, but in the IFBB federation, it's a lot more of a softer transition. They're not looking for hard transitions where you're showing more detail and condition. They're almost, I feel like the transitions have a slight softer bikini feel about them.
I do too. I think so. The way you were describing the other federations, it's very clear to me now to see when I see the difference that IFBB is just a little bit more, I want to say, it's more like
reserved. It's like reserved, and it's a little bit contained in the transitions, but that doesn't mean that you should relax in those transitions. You still need to make sure that you're hiding any weaknesses, but you're doing it in line with this style of posing. And I do think as well, this style is it's the most exposing.
Really?
There's nowhere to hide.
Interesting. Why? Because there's so few mandatory poses.
Exactly. You have to be on point with just those 4 quarter turns. Although, you get your routine, but this is essentially what you're being judged on, just these 4 quarters.
That's scary.
And there's no, you can't do a variation on the front pose. You can't do what you want on the front pose. You can't do what you want on the rear pose or the side poses.
Okay.
So your posing has to be on point. So you have to make sure that you are doing those little tricks and tips and tricks where you have got a full lat spread. And she's left her hair. Don't forget about that girl.
Yeah, they like to see the back.
We gotta see the back.
You guys have to see that. But this lady in the red, when she does her transition to the side, she's doing something a little bit different. I'll show you now. If you just watch, she's sort of like
she's doing an extra step. Yeah. And here on the side pose, she's bending the back knee, which is something we don't want to see. If you look at the rest of the girls, you can put in the side pose, you can put one foot slightly in front of the other, It just gives, depending on the physique and where you angle the hips, it can either just showcase more detail through the right quad, which we can see through from Nicole, or it can give you more sweep on the left quad, which just gives a little bit more flow to the frame rather than having quite a well presented upper body and then the lower half being a bit flat. It can just give a little bit more detail, which we can really see through Nicole. But yeah, we don't want to bend the back knee. It's I feel like this lady must be a new pro.
I do too.
So she just needs to refine her craft a little bit more.
I feel like if she was properly posed on both legs and they were both up straight and not flexed with the left knee, then she'd be able to sort of twist her torso a little bit better and to be able to display. But I think that's a bit. But
you know, this is the beauty now of, you know, shows being recorded and being able to.
She's holding that.
Watch your full presentation back. But yeah, fantastic. And another interesting one for the front pose as well, depending on the physique, is I think Nicole is tipping her pelvis under slightly, which gives her a little bit more of a thicker inside thigh. So the adductors are thicker. Whereas some of the girls may arch in that front pose, which will give them a little bit more pop of the rear delts at the top. So again, there's no right and wrong. It's purely what makes your physique look the most impressive in line with the criteria.
Yeah. So this is figured. They're really making this
work.
This lineup work.
Yeah.
So.
See this here. They've moved. They've switched. I think second and third around, and you can see now second. The lady to the left with the red hair. You can tell she's getting tired because in that rear pose she's dropped the glutes even more. This is why it's important that you drill your posing hard in the run up to your show, because there is nothing worse than getting on stage and maybe if they do drill you like this, you're tired. You just can't risk that happening. You want to make sure that your body is fully adapted and it's fully trained into being able to drill your posing on stage for 30 minutes, I would say, because if you get lucky and it's 20, you're not going to get tired by 15 minutes, you know? So always over prepare.
And believe it or not, the judges do always watch, even if they're not watching you, and you're always on stage. So if you're being recorded, just know that you're being recorded and that you can never relax.
Yeah, exactly.
So do practice.
It's so true. Even when, you know, you're stood at the side of the stage. I've done it myself where I've been judging and there's maybe a girl that isn't in this specific lineup, but I'm still thinking, oh, okay, I can't decide between, you know, number 5 and number 8. And I'm watching them at the back of the stage. So never, ever switch off.
Should I move forward?
Yeah, let's move. I do love the figure division though. You know, when it's done right, it's just sensational.
I feel like it's more same numbers lineup. 1 to 4.
They are still working this lineup. Yeah.
That's quite a nice thing to see when somebody gets a lot of time on stage. And you should at this level. You should, because this is potentially
it's pro, right?
Yeah, this is potentially your career where you get your sponsors, etc. from. So why not take that time to really show off what you've worked for?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, long, big lineup. Wow,
fantastic. I wonder how many girls were on stage. It looks like a big lineup, but they are working these girls hard. At this point, your back is burning. You're still trying to hold your midsection in, so make sure you're practicing your vacuums. But yeah, it's super, super important that you really do spend the time away from your training and focusing on your posing, presentation and your craft. So shall we move on to bikini?
Yes. Should we save that for a separate episode and bring you back?
I was getting excited. Super. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my words. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode. If there is something you want us to cover, if you want to see more of a certain category or more in-depth explanations of things, comment below in the comments and we will most definitely recover that for you. And yeah, so we will see you in the next episode.
But before we do, we're going to do a shout out.
Oh, yeah. We're not going yet. We're still here.
So let's start off with one of your shout outs first.
Okay. I will start with Melissa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like
Melissa Valera. Is that how I pronounce that right?
Valier.
listen, all these names.
It's French Canadian, so we can,
okay.
Like, it's hard as
It
well.
is hard. So obviously she is the sister of Chris Bumstead. She is the husband of
Ian Valier.
Ian Valier. Yeah.
Can you imagine that family? Oh my gosh. And Chris Bumstead is with Courtney King. So they're all pros.
I wonder if Courtney King will ever make a comeback.
I feel like she will, because I've been watching her Instagram a lot lately, and she looks like she's on point for at least next year.
Training. Yeah. I
good.
thought that as well.
Yeah, she looks really good.
So Melissa, I have idolized Melissa like well before I got my pro card. I remember when I was coaching with JP, and he sent me a picture, and he said to me, this is what we're heading, this is the look I'd like you to bring. And I was like, oh really? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to bring that, but she's just a fantastic athlete. I know she took quite a bit of time out recently. I think she just needed to work on maybe her mindset and things like that. I don't know exactly what, but she's been in the game for a long time. She looks sensational, and she has just come on board as an artistic director, I think I would say. Does it say that? Fashion designer, yeah, for trained by JP, so his brand, which is just fantastic. That's super exciting to see, because I was actually stalking her outfit the other day. She had these leggings on, and I was like, oh, I need those, but they're American, so I'm hoping we might get those. But she just looks insane. Obviously Melissa is a pro. She has competed for a long time over the years. She's competed on the Olympia. She's an insane athlete, so I think there's a comeback on the way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't know if she's actually, and I'm a bit rubbish at like watching people's videos and things, because I sometimes just don't have time, but she's definitely working towards something. And you know, she just stays, look, there's my comment, queen. So I'm a total fangirl. But yeah, she's awesome. Looking forward to just seeing where this goes and what she's going to do when she's coming back to the stage. So there's Ian. Yeah, so she's fantastic.
Absolutely. So good luck to that power family.
Yeah,
like...
not even a power couple, they're like a power family. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wonder what cheat days are like in their house.
Oh my goodness. And then for my shout out, I'm going to go to Alina Popa, because if you guys don't know, Alina, I think she runs part of the Rising Phoenix Women's Bodybuilding World Champion. She does the Romania Muscle Fest, which is going to be in November, the one that Ashley's competing at. Alina's one of the OGs. She's been in this industry for a really long time, and she's branching out, you know, okay? Like,
amazing.
Okay, Wings of Strength on YouTube. They got their own YouTube show, so we're going to give you guys some love as well.
Femme Flex Friday. So what do they do? Review the shows and things as well?
Yeah, but in a different way to us, I feel. But
I've not watched. I'll have to watch. That's exciting.
But yeah, they're like old school. So
awesome.
It is nice to sort of give Alina and, you know, all of the greats
time,
because we wouldn't be here without them.
Without them, yeah. They're a massive part of like the
Femplex Friday. There we go.
How cool.
So we'll give a shout out to Femplex Friday with Whitney Jones, who was hosting on this particular one.
Oh, it's like a news desk. Yeah. I like it. That's cool. And, awesome.
Yeah, so it's really good. And then she's got Corey Morales, who is Dr. Morales' wife, and they're plastic surgeons. So it's very cool. Oh. We like them as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, I follow all of these people. Like, I'm a bit obsessed. So it's really good. But yes, congratulations to Alina and to you guys over here, and congratulations with everything you've done with Wings of Strength.
Amazing. Superb. So that's our shout outs for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.